Hello, my name is Shauna Rudd. I'm with Desert Sun Realty in Boulder City, Nevada, and I've been a realtor for about 18 years now. Kyle is a key part of my success for my business. I like to think that I have a toolbox of, of people, Kyle being probably my most important, uh, in the fact that Kyle and his team, when I give them an escrow, I don't have to worry from that point on. I know it's taken care of. I know that they're handling my clients the way I would handle them, the way I would speak to them. I absolutely have not a worry. Once I hit the new send an email with my subject line new escrow to Driggs Title, I have no worries from that point on. So Kyle was he came to Boulder City, introduced himself, he and Wendy, and for some reason I thought I knew him from something before, but just kind of moved over that. But Kyle's confidence and knowledge were just prevalent from the very get-go. And then over time, you're in this big industry of real estate, and all of a sudden you realize how small the circle is. We knew some common people from his time in Northern Nevada and mine when he was at First American, and two people that I worked key with, one very good friend, and then somebody that had worked for First American forever that Kyle worked with. And so of course I made a couple phone calls and checked him out, and everybody, oh my gosh, Kyle's the guy. Kyle's the man. He's awesome. And it didn't take long for me to discover that for myself. Kyle has not only met my expectations, but far exceeded them. Again, I think if I'm repeating myself, just in the sheer fact that that's the least of my worries in an escrow is title when I know it's in Kyle's hands. I'd say he's far exceeded my expectations. Kyle always knows what I need before I know what I need. I've been in the business a long time. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I do a fair amount of business. And there's times when Kyle will reach out to me like, hey, Shauna, did you want to do, what about this aspect? And so I'm like, oh, of course, yes. Like, I should know this. But Kyle just jumps ahead, knows what to do, how to do it, and he's fantastic at getting the job done. Kyle has taught me to, just an observation of Kyle's, in watching him in a signing, the way he presents himself, the words that he uses, he's easily adaptable to whatever personality that he's dealing with. I tend to be, which I'm sure Kyle's going to be watching this at some point, I'm a little bit loud. I like to use my voice. Kyle is very calm, even, level-headed, always thinks before he speaks. So that's something that I'm working on trying to learn from Kyle. The best advice that Kyle's ever given me, I would say business-wise, I couldn't even pinpoint one thing. Personally, again, just to be a kinder, gentler person in my approach, because again, I'm big and loud, but Kyle's just personally taught me to approach things differently on a personal level and in business. So Kyle and Team Wallace, which compose of Wendy and Hayden and Laura in the Boulder City office, I am big on thank you notes. My sister drove it into me, and I used to be, oh my gosh, do a thank you note. Well, I turn my children, I make them do thank you notes. I get a thank you note each and every escrow, handwritten, and that means the absolute world to me. If I could show you a snapshot of my refrigerator with all my thank you notes from my children, to me that's over the top in this day and age. And in just the way, again, their presence when they greet a client, when I come into the office, a phone call, a genuine greeting when they come into our office. It's just a genuine hello that you get from all of them, and it makes you feel like you're a part of their family. So Kyle and his team constantly go over and above in just their everyday actions, but some of the little things, again, the personal visits, may or may not have gotten a smoked turkey lunch for our office once or twice, which was the bomb, which Kyle did himself, got up at some ungodly hour of the morning to do it, to have it to our office by 11:30. Where do you get that anymore in this day and age? You just don't. And that's Kyle. He is just a bunch of things that I could go on and on about. I do have just a little kind of in closing, I guess. So in closing for Kyle, I just want to, there's some words that come to mind. He is genuine, honest, humble. His knowledge far exceeds any I know in the industry. The best thing that I know about Kyle is you sit and talk to him on a personal level. And when he speaks about his family, his wife and his children, his eyes light up. The smile on his face is just beyond words. And to me, that says a lot about a man. When they can have that kind of love for their family, obviously his job is very, very important to him. But the way that he speaks about his family to me is just hands down the pinnacle of what Kyle is all about. So in 18, 19 years now of selling homes, I've seen some pretty amazing things, bad and good. One time showing a home, came around the corner and there was some dude. I thought he was dead on the floor, but apparently he was just asleep.
Sweetheart, you fell asleep on the couch again.
You know you're supposed to go to your room.
My clients, I jumped, they jumped, of course one of us screamed, the other one screamed, and he just kind of rolled over, and it was a vacant house, and he was the owner that was waiting for us to get there. I don't know why for, but he just kind of rolled over like, what's your guys' problem? And I'm like trying to hold my composure, because first time I met the clients that I was with. So that was interesting. On another scale of just during the REO days, there was a house that it was a cat house, and people had multiple cats, and each bedroom had a screen door on it and different levels of like a cat tree on the walls where that cat tree had been removed, and you could see the lines where the cats had defecated all over the walls. 3 or 4 bedrooms.
I'm going to say that I'm at the top of the list of the eccentric crazy cat ladies.
I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it very nicely. I walked out the door and there was a dumpster out in the front. Probably thrown my shoes away twice in my career, and that was one of them. I threw those shoes in the dumpster and I went home to get a new pair because I was like, oh my gosh, never. That was probably the worst.